You're this sensitive.
Annabel,
You will fail the people. You will
Annabel,
fail the people that
Annabel,
you are currently.
Annabel,
I can
could you
I can
please
do this too. You know,
stop
I'm just
lecturing?
as smart at this as you are. I will keep talking if you keep talking.
You know, I went into an environment yesterday where I tried to have a rational conversation. They made it clear. They made it clear. They made it clear that they were incapable of having a conversation in regards to me. Because in their minds, because of the way someone looks or because the way they're presented by others, that magically gives them a right to abuse someone. I have people online calling me everything from a fucking misogynist to a fucking pedophile. No proof, no evidence needed. No evidence, but we're gonna pretend it's all true. It's fine. What the fuck did I do to you? What the fuck did I do to you people? What the fuck did I do to you people? What did I do to become a criminal? I know it's done. What did I do to you? I'll do anything. Please just make it stop. Make it stop. Please. Please.
Okay. So it's time for our special guest. No, it's not Corky. I'm not having Corky on. Well, he can come in later if he wants. But we have a special guest tonight, folks. Here, let me just fix this. Annabel, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Everything's coming through. Yes,
Yeah.
Miss Annabel. Yeah.
Can you see me?
We got you. You're on the other side of the pond. We've made concessions to make this happen for you people. I'm broadcasting earlier. She's staying up. It's a compromise. It's in the middle. But you have had an encounter now with Nick Bravo, a.k.a. Corky, who I'm sure is watching. I've had Corky on here. He's an interesting character. He's colorful as well.
The similarities with Von are quite astounding, actually. They're like two peas in a pod, except I will give Corky one thing, that he's slightly more attractive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's, Von is revolting. I mean, there's no getting away from it. Like everybody always says, it looks like he's got a bunch of old granny's pubes growing off his chin. He has no teeth. He has barely any hair. He's overweight. He's got man boobs. He's got bigger tits than mine. And he's just revolting in so many ways. Whereas I have seen subsequently, since yesterday, I've had a look at some other videos, and Corky's not an attractive man, but in the videos that he's been doing recently, he's face front to the screen, and all I saw was his face, and he's got these quite striking eyes.
Okay.
I just noticed that about him. So in that respect, he's somewhat more appealing than Von. But the mentality and the blame game and all the, I was called a criminal 15 times by him today. And I kept saying to him, you can't just go around calling people criminals because you haven't got an argument. Yeah. And I had a whole load of not weird people, sorry, I do apologize, because quite eloquent people telling me all about him. And it turns out that he's, quite a crazy person. Another one.
See, I would actually give what I was going to give him. I give him I do give him a few IQ points higher than Von Helton too. Like, I do think he's more on the ball than Von Helton.
Well, he has to be, because he did. He got away with that scam to a certain degree. But like Von Helton, he puts everything out on the internet, gets caught.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's a whole story to itself. That's a whole saga to itself there with that.
But also, obviously he's trying to learn. He's got these papers that he's reading, and kudos to him. But What the hell was that?
Well, that's everybody out practicing social distancing down the street here.
It sounded. You know what? It sounded like a Spitfire coming into the land.
It's one of those little foreign cars with no muffler on it that kids think are cool, and they're listen to me, I'm an old man now.
Yeah, there's a kid that goes up and down the lane here with one of those. Anyway, oh god, now I've forgotten where I was. Sorry.
Oh, Nick Bravo and learning and Jeepers, I can't remember.
Yeah, we were talking. The thing is that Nick wants to give the impression that he's really intelligent when it's quite clear that he's not really. He might be reasonably. No, well, I can't. I don't know. It's hard to say, but he clearly doesn't cope well with anybody questioning his claims that he's got credibility. That's what he struggles with. He keeps talking about narcissism, but it's very clear to me that he is in fact a narcissist.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's clear he has his own. I mean, it's the victim game. They all play the same game and have the same MO. And actually, speaking of intelligent videos, see, he was complaining to me that like his YouTube channel is just not getting anywhere, and all he has is trolls. And he wants to make legit content of a more intellectual nature, right? So we had given him some advice. I want to play for you one of my favorite recent Nick Bravo videos that he made since. And I guess this is his attempt at being more legit. This is to do with I played this before, but it is one of my favorites.
I say unto my brethren, I say unto my brethren, we are at an apex. We are at a crossroads of time and space. We have a choice to make. We can conquer or we can submit. We can declare our sovereignty, or we can be a bitch. Let the fever take hold of you. Allow the fever to be that which is. I give unto you the scientific explanation, the comments to the video, which speaks what I have been thinking for days as I fight the coronavirus within my realm. My realm stretches forth across the middle of nowhere. I am sovereign. I am free. I am divine. But this coronavirus, it dared upon my territory. No! I bring unto you the evidence. Let the fevers burn.
Oh dear.
Burn the virus. I say unto the coronavirus, welcome to hell, for you will burn.
Okay, and this goes on like this for several minutes. I think it's like
somebody just said in the chat that it was like he was trying to do Gollum, my precious Gollum. Yeah, is it Gollum?
Yeah, Gollum. Yeah,
and that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, it's funny, but he's just ripping off Gollum. That's all he's doing. I mean, what the funny thing is that I've got to now take back what I said about him being more attractive than Vaughn.
Yeah,
because in this video he is utterly revolting, and actually, I don't think I'd ever hear myself say these words, but even scarier than Von. You know what I mean? He's more unpleasant. Von's just completely nuts, right? And although he can be quite vindictive and spiteful, on the whole, he's not. He's just an idiot. This guy's got some serious problems, in my opinion.
Well, this is welcome to Nick Bravo territory. So this is him being a legit YouTuber putting out intellectual content. So we'll see how that works out for him.
But okay, I'm gonna do the dangerous thing and suggest maybe it also has something to do with IQ.
Okay, go ahead.
Because if you've got like all these African Americans that losing all their jobs, okay, are they going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to get online? Are they going to be able to start an online business, work from home, do things, like, your average middle class Caucasian is going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to? Are they going to be capable of it? Because remember, a lot of these inner cities, a lot of these young people can't even read properly. So it's like, how you can expect them to, start an online business or do anything using technology that they're not fully capable of utilizing, simply because of lack of IQ and also lack of education. Another way that Black people can kill us, other than being shot or stabbed or clubbed or, right? Because, and it's extremely disturbing, the fact that you have people who they're continuing to partake in abusing other people. Of course, when they do it to you, in their minds, they're going to sit there and say, oh, I have a grand opinion, and you're obligated to listen to me lecture, and you're obligated to listen to me ridicule you and criticize you and call you every name in the book. But the minute you even try to set a boundary for them, the minute you sit there and say to them, hey, I'm showing you respect by listening to you. You need to show respect to me by listening to me. They flip out in what's considered narcissistic injury. Because these people, they do not value communication. They do not value communication. They don't value productive conversation. They'll talk over you, they'll lecture you, they'll ridicule you, they'll call you names, they'll even tell you what you know and don't know. They won't ask questions. They'll make deliberate statements. They won't ask for clarification. They'll just assume. And this is because their goal is not to communicate. That's not their goal. What they're doing with their grade school level bullying and name calling has nothing to do with trying to understand anything. It has nothing to do with any kind of attempt at a conversation. You can't sit there and point to these people and say, well, maybe they just don't know how to have a conversation. Because you can see these people on other channels or even in a live stream. They'll talk to other people perfectly acceptable, right? They'll be kind and considerate, respectful to everybody else in the room. But to you, oh man, you're gonna get lectured at, ridiculed, criticized, smeared, called names. And then when you sit there and point out their bad behavior, they're going to flip out, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not.